His uniform looks a little bit different because ya kazi ya wa eneo hilo. That's why it's not in the blue uniform. The next one is Western Region, Mr. Rashid Yakubu.
Even though we have national, say, newspapers, they are now giving different headlines for different regions. So it's important that you're able to interact within the region with the different media so that you know what the messages are and you're in touch. So the way we communicate has to be in line with the way our citizens also consume information, the way they consume the news. Currently, they consume, as I mentioned, mostly on radio. Radio is number one, then TV, newspapers, and social media is one area that is also growing very fast. You'll find, if you're looking at news, even in one media house, where they've got a group of people who are collecting news across the country, you'll have different headlines. So, for instance, if I use the Royal Media Services, they have Radio Citizen. If you look at the headlines, say on Radio Citizen, they are very different from those on Ramogi or in Ejesa, stations, because they are all regionally based. But it means for you, you need to be in touch with the people on the ground from the media houses and to see how best to interact and provide the information that you will need. CS will be talking about the structures and how we want to ensure that there is coordination of this communication from the national level all the way to the county level. But even as we do that, the information and messages going on in each county will be different. And so you need to be able to work closely with your teams to ensure that the message you're giving, even though it may be different, but it's part of the core message that comes from the top, from the presidency, the cabinet, the regional commissioners, all the way to the county commissioners, ensuring we're giving very clear information for everybody. The way that you interact with the media houses across within the counties, my ministry has county information officers whose responsibility is to make sure that they are working directly with the media houses and the local teams of media across the counties. And so they will be able to work with you and assist where necessary to be able to organize interviews, to be able to collect and gather information for you that you can use while working with the editors and the various people that are involved in the media. It's important that you get to know who are the presenters, especially when you're dealing with the local languages, vernacular stations. It's key that you understand what messages are going out. But primarily as government, we need to continue to communicate. Communicate development, communicate security, and all the opportunities our citizens have to be able to better their lives. Knowing the media people by name is actually critical, their contacts, to ensure that if there is timely information that you need to pass out to the citizens, then you're able to do that very, very quickly. And my ministry will ensure that we help you to be able to do that. You need to also work very closely with the local experts within the counties, within the regions. These are people like the teachers, the church elders, community elders, former civil servants, women group leaders, and many others, to just ensure if there are messages that need to be sent across, then there are ways of being able to ensure the messages are distilled. You are going to be communicating economic information. There's been questions about our indebtedness as a country. How do we make sure that all the way to the ward level, every citizen is able to understand what is our debt level? You need to have all these partners in the way that you're going to be able to communicate. We will ensure that we are packaging this information for you so that you're able to present it. You also need to make sure you're getting in touch with what's happening across, and especially in media. So there are three key programs that you need to be listening to. Morning news is where a lot of the news and current affairs is also happening, that is being disseminated to our citizens. You need to know what's happening there. Also at lunchtime, evening, 6, 7, and 9 p.m., you need to be hearing, even though you have information, what information is being disseminated for the citizens. You need to be able to digest and ensure that you are able to counter or provide answers to any of the questions that are being asked. There are many people who call into these stations, they have questions. You should be able to respond to those questions at the local level. At the national level, we're not able to respond in a more effective way. This allows you to make sure you have a good sanity check of what communication, what information is going out, and also you're able to decide whether you need to respond, but responding with very clear information and facts about what is happening. There are many questions that sometimes citizens have, but they have no specific place to ask. They're going to be coming to you. They're going to be asking you these questions, and you should be able to quickly revert and respond to them to ensure that this information reaches them in a timely way. So I won't go into very many details. I think that's just an overview, but to say, as the Ministry of Information, Communications and Technology, we'll work extremely closely with you in how we work with media, in providing you with the necessary resources for you to be able to communicate, and even the technology side. We've ensured now we have fiber connectivity across all the counties. We're going to sub-counties, and whatever infrastructure you're going to need, we are in the process of providing where we haven't provided, so that you will be empowered and are able to respond even on social media. You will have the necessary teams as we operate as one government that will allow you, even all the way to the ward level, to be able to provide the information and questions that people have in those areas. So Waziri, in the interest of time, let me end there. There will be opportunity for questions later, but thank you very much. Asanteni.
Thank you very much, CS Moshero. I think, like you promised, this is the opening session, but we are going to have interactive session where you can be able to get clarification on how to even use the staffing that they have to guide you in how you posture when you do communication, especially on government policies and government programs. And I want to take this opportunity to invite the CS, Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, to give his keynote address. CS.
Good afternoon. Let me first of all start by adding my voice to my colleague PS Kibicho's initial apology that we are sorry we arrived here later than we planned to be here ourselves. It's because of circumstances we were not able to deal with at that particular time. The Inspector General of Police, our brother and our friend, Mr. Joseph Boynet, the DIGs, PS Kibicho and the teams that are here, our brand new officials from the headquarters, and all of you, my brothers in service. It gives me great pleasure to be here. I have a long speech which I'm going to circulate shortly, and I'll try to be brief. And I think I'm looking forward to the session that we are going to have in the afternoon shortly, when we can have a closed-door interaction away from media when we are ourselves, because there are certain things that we need to thrash out amongst ourselves as it were. Let me, however, start by requesting all of you to be upstanding so that we can observe a 1-minute silence in honor of our fellow human beings and fellow citizens lost in last year's unfortunate attack at Dusi 2. Thank you. We may be seated. Just before I make my remarks, I need to make a bridge from what my brother and colleague CS ICT just said to emphasize that it's now clear as a matter of policy, because we are the ones in the security sector, the administrators are all here from the national government administration, and the police commanders are here right from the Inspector General of Police. It is the policy of government, because we in the security sector are the ones who are oftenly accused of being unfriendly to the press. It is policy now as government that we behave and transact as a civilized community. We have no policy of either harassing or mistreating or being uncooperative with the media. We support the media. It's our way of life now in Kenya. We respect freedom of the press. It's our way of life in this country. And we are bound by law at all times to support the work that the media does in our country. And as we have said several times before, it's very important that our brothers and sisters in the media know that we are willing, available, and always here to work with and support them. As your minister has said, we will be forthcoming and share information as much as possible, and we will work to support you. So we not only want to benefit from the work you do, but we would also like to be supportive to the work that you do. So if the press has got any particular issues in any particular jurisdiction in the country, we as national government administrators, we as police officers are the ones who are supposed to facilitate the press to do their work. And no one in this country, no one who works in the media in Kenya should feel unsafe, unduly frustrated, or should have any problem working anywhere in the country. The policy of government is that we are going to run government and operate as a modern civilized government which relates with the press responsibly and respectively and respects the freedoms of others. So when challenges arise in the course of their work in your respective jurisdictions, we should be the go-to people, should be the first point of call, so that we can support and work with them and foster a society that fosters free flow of information. Having said that, let me go back to my prepared speech and start, first of all, by welcoming you to this meeting. This is our first meeting this year. And because it is our first meeting, I want to wish you a happy, blessed, and productive 2019. I want to take this opportunity too to thank you very much, all of you in the room, for the work that you have done for our country. And let me begin where it matters most. As a citizen of this country, because even if I am a government official, I am a citizen of this country. As a citizen of this country, I want to tell you how much we appreciate all of you, senior security leaders in the country, for the wonderful work that you do. Our country is by and large safe and secure. We had a fantastic and quiet Christmas season, the holiday season, all because of the work that all of you people do. We thank you so much, and you should feel proud for the great sacrifices that you have made to keep our country safe and secure. As for what happened last week, we've spoken about it, and I want to again be on record by, first of all, condemning what happened. We lost lives in that very cowardly and heinous attack at Dusi 2. It is a very unfortunate incident that for a civilized, modern, and developing country such as ours, we should experience such things as we did. But again, I hasten to, first of all, thank our colleagues in the security sector for the great work that was done there. You agree with me that because, as I said last week at the GSU headquarters, when duty called, we answered. And we answered effectively. We are so proud of our police officers. Mr. Kanja, the GSU commandant, I want you to know we are so proud of you. And we are proud of the work that you did. You gave a good account of our police service, and a good account of our security sector, and a good account of our nation. That is who we are as Kenya, and that's who we are as the security sector. We are alert, and we remain alert 24/7. We are on duty 24/7 to serve our people, to ensure that our country remains secure and safe. And anyone who bets on attempting to disrupt our peace got some answers last week, and we'll get many more answers if they try as we go along. And I want to say this, that we remain resolute as government. And I want to say this, as the security sector, we remain resolute and committed to ensuring that we discharge our duties effectively. I am very satisfied with the investigations that are going on, and I want to thank you, IG, for the speed with which this has been done. I am effectively briefed of what the DCI has been doing. I am so satisfied that we are on course to unraveling that matter effectively. And IG, I thank you very much. Let us proceed on that course. And in most cases, let us ensure everyone who was involved directly or indirectly is brought to account. We are a rule of law country, and the law must prevail at all times. We will do our best to be reasonable in dealing with these issues, but we are going to remain firm and committed to keeping our country safe. And I want to assure the people of Kenya, wherever they are, that there's nothing to be worried about. As I said, we are on duty 24/7. Terrorism is a global phenomenon. Some aspects of it, my friend Ambassador Matiang'i will talk about it from the NCTC shortly. Some of these may be trends that you can see elsewhere, but for us in Kenya, we are improving our state of preparedness and commitment to serve our people every day. And as we go forward, we will do whatever it takes to avoid a recurrence, but most importantly also to ensure that our people remain safe as they go about their activities. Let me take this opportunity also to thank the officers who have moved on from our sector to other responsibilities within government. I congratulate the newly appointed senior officers in this sector. We have 4 new regional commissioners in Ngao. We have 8 brand new regional police commanders, and we have several new officers. We have 8 new county commissioners in the country. I am so grateful for the service that has been offered by those who are moving on to other duties. And I congratulate those who are coming in. The promotions that have happened, I have to speak to them candidly. Many of them absolutely have been based on performance, and that's why I congratulate those who have been promoted and those who are occupying new responsibilities. You can also note, and I say this with a measure of pride, that in our ranks of county commissioners, we have more lady county commissioners as we go along. And I would like to urge the deputy county commissioners in the field that frankly we are hunting for more lady county commissioners, so that the deputy county commissioners in the field, especially the lady deputy county commissioners, we are hungry for more lady county commissioners and more ladies to occupy the ranks of security, because that way we also give a good example to our country. Our security sector is not supposed to be a male sector or a male-dominated sector. We should provide an opportunity for our sisters also to participate. And I'm grateful, IG, that I can see now very strong, female regional commanders and county commanders. And I want to assure you that you will get all our support from the Ministry of Interior so that you can successfully deliver on your new mandates. I have no doubt whatsoever that you will do well. I have come to know, I am no longer new now in the ministry. I've been here for over a year, and I've come to know I know almost 2/3 of the county commissioners we have, at a personal level. I know all the regional commissioners, and I've come to know some of the police commanders we have in the region. Some of them I know at a personal level. I have seen them at work, and I know their capacity, and I know what they've been able to do. And as I say this to you, I am saying it also to the country, that we have a solid, strong team that is going to deliver security to our people. The men and women who have assumed new responsibilities are solid people. As we move on and we expand the sector, we're going to have more reallocation of roles, more appointments. We are going to develop more people. And I urge you, those of you particularly senior officers in the room, regional commissioners, regional police commanders, and my colleagues at the headquarters, let us also focus on developing more talent and more people, mentoring more people. helping more of our young people. Particularly, I've been in the field. I've seen young deputy county commissioners who are so dedicated and committed to do their work. Let us mentor them, work with them and support them so that they too will be county commissioners tomorrow, they will be regional commissioners tomorrow, and they will manage the security of our country as we move forward. On that point, we will do the best we can to intensify capacity building and the training that we have to do so that we strengthen the officers that we have in the field. There is a lot that we have been able to do in the last a few years as a country in terms of investing in security. So the question is, why are we actually meeting today at the beginning of the year? We're meeting here, as the PS said, so that we can plan together, refresh our objectives and focus so that we can harmonize this. Secondly, we are meeting so that we all are on the same page on key government expectations of us. A number of expectations that have been outlined, some by His Excellency the President and some that have emanated from ministerial level interactions. We are meeting here to also look at the critical ones, especially the ones that have a bearing on the security sector, so that we can prepare ourselves better as we move forward. We are also meeting to keep working on our harmonization and coordination. The multi-agency approach in the management of security in the country is now a way of life. We long lost the days of the silo mentality and working in silos and so on. We have to work together. And I want to say it here for all and sundry. Regional commissioners in the room, you are the leaders of national government functions in your regions. You are the go-to person for national government functions in your region. So all civil servants, you have a meeting, sit down with them. You have to coordinate and harmonize the delivery of national government functions in your region. And that applies to the county commissioners also. You are the go-to person in your county. So if certain madness is going on in relation to the delivery of government services, it is us who are supposed to be the first people to raise that particular problem. I am grateful, and I can cite so many cases where we've come together as national government administration and security and worked on certain problems and solved them. Njega can remember, for example, as regional commissioner in Central Province, how we sat together on the theft of coffee and sat together with our colleagues in the agricultural sector and local community leaders and said, we will drive and fight this because it's a problem that affects our people. Because as the regional commissioner or as the county commissioner, no one knows the farmers in your area more than you should. And no one should know the people in your area than you. So you understand their problems. You understand their challenges. You understand their expectations. If dairy farmers are having a challenge, it is us who are supposed to even draw the attention of our colleagues in the dairy industry and say, on the dairy sector, there's a problem here that needs to be solved. Let us speak for, and work with the people that we lead in the various regions. That is exactly how we are going to work. So we are here because coordination is that much more important as we move forward. We have to coordinate the way we work. We have to harmonize national government functions, and we have to work with all government structures across the board. We should never struggle. We should never have a problem. My colleague, CS James Mashere, is going to be here shortly, hopefully, to tell you that no one should lie to us that a road is not complete in a particular county because the county commissioner will tell us the contractor on this road is not working, he's wasting his time, his people are selling fuel and nothing is going on. And the county commissioner should have arranged long time ago with the police commander to arrest those people, and we deal with them how we are supposed to deal with them. Because the urgency with which we have to deliver development to our country must be really in our minds. So we must coordinate, we must work together. And I think we've acted. We've not made idle threats. We've acted before, and PS Kibicho knows this. We have acted before in our administrative units, even at the sub-county level, where we have noticed that there is a certain sense of discordance between particularly national government administration officials and the police command. We must work together, my brothers and sisters. We have no option. We have to work together. And this message has got to go to our colleagues in other departments. But you see, we should set the best example. They will follow. once we have set that example. So the regional commissioner and the regional police commander, if things go wrong in your region, don't tell us stories about your, CID people, your WHO people, and so on and so forth. It is you. You are the go-to person